What's up, everybody, and welcome to another Geekster Cousins anime podcast. Well, it's been a minute, and sorry for the delay on having anything coming out to y'all,
For
but
months.
unfortunately, I've been a lazy ass,
More
and
than normal.
also, but also, I've been having some personal things that troubles me, but anyways, welcome. And of course, along with me is the very lovely Happy Married Gamer, my so favorite cousin.
Oh
And
gosh.
we decided, I mean, I know the movie's been out for a little while now, but
hmm
I loved it, and I know you loved it.
Yeah,
And,
really good.
and we haven't really done a movie before, so
I,
I
I,
think we just did. I think the only thing we've done is just some episode, like some series of a couple of different
yeah.
deals.
Well, I think
But
the next one was supposed to be a movie. I believe we were supposed to do Final Fantasy. I think, right?
oh yeah,
Um.
Final Fantasy 15
Yeah.
Kingslave.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
That's right. I was like,
we
yeah.
are gonna, yeah, we're gonna hit up Demon Slayer. Let me see how badly I can trash this name. Kimetsu no Yaba movie Mugen Train. Boy,
Kimetsu no Yaba movie.
yes, thank you.
You're welcome. I think
But
that's how you say
yeah,
it. Sorry.
Mugen. Yeah, no, I mean Mugen Train.
hmm
I mean, who would have thought that they could have done something this awesome, all done just on a train for the anime?
That's one thing
I mean,
that was confusing me. Like the whole, like you said, the whole tree, the whole series on a tree. I was like, man, is this gonna be okay? You know what I mean? I was kind of apprehensive at first, right? Were you the same way?
no, dude,
Really?
I love Demon Slayer, and dude, they've always done this. Dude, the way they did the storyline from beginning to end on season one
Yeah.
was epic. I mean, there
hmm
was no parts of it that made me not want to watch.
Yeah.
I mean, it always had my attention nonstop the entire time. So
Yeah.
I
Oh
was like,
yeah.
yeah, you know
Same way.
what? I'm gonna give them props, and I'm gonna believe in them. And as soon as it came out on the day on Voodoo, I turned around and I straight up bought that thing. So, but
yeah. Yeah. I mean, it took me like you, but you say you. How long did it take you to buy it? By chance, I
the
was.
day it released, the
Oh,
day
you
it
said the day
released,
released. Okay. Sorry, I didn't catch that
yeah,
piece.
yeah, the day it released, I bought it, just like I did with My Hero Academia's movie,
Oh,
the
really?
last one that just came out. Yeah,
Gotcha. I put in my other ear here. I was like, I don't think I can hear very well. Okay, cool. Yeah, cool, man. Yeah, it took me. I think I bought this movie a couple weeks ago. I think.
yeah.
Yeah, a couple weeks ago.
I remember you asking me about it. It's like, man, was it worth it? But is it worth
Mhm.
the price that they're wanting for it? It's like, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, it is.
yeah. Well, I mean, I also come from like watch anime just for on TV, not cost me anything. You know, even I use Crunchyroll or Netflix or Hulu. Well, I guess I pay for Hulu and Netflix, but still, I mean, I'm not paying like a $15 just for one thing. You know.
Yeah,
Um,
not just for anime. You got
yeah.
multiple choices to be able to choose from. But yeah,
hmm
dude. I mean, dude, if I know the storyline real well and I
hmm
know the anime pretty well,
Yeah.
like at least in my head, I might not be able to explain it or name the characters' names off the bat because
Yep.
I've watched so much anime, I get them all mixed up in my head.
Yeah, me too.
Like kind of like with My Hero Academia.
hmm
I can't remember the kid's name right now, but the only way I remember him is Deku.
Deku, yeah, yeah.
That's the only way
It's
I remember his name.
is it, but is it? It's Hitora and me. Hitori, right, or something like that. Is his name Hitori or something like that? I forget his name.
But anyways, no, we're
Yeah,
doing Demon Slayer right
yeah,
now.
that's all right.
So we need to. But no, dude, that's my fault. I went off.
It's all
But
good.
man, on the cool, I all right.
So should we
So
say? Should we first say there's going to be spoilers? Basically, I mean, we're not doing a review. We're just gonna be talking about what we liked, right? Basically,
yeah,
should we just
pretty
say
much. I mean,
spoilers?
yes, there's gonna be spoilers definitely
Yeah,
if you haven't watched the movie, and I'm hoping because it isn't season two fixing to come out for Demon Slayer. I
I
didn't even
think so.
check.
I think so. Well, we can talk. I'll see it, find it real quick. Demon Slayer.
But
See.
so definitely your main characters are on here that you met in season 1 of Demon Slayer. You got the brother and sister, Tanjiro, and his sister, the only surviving relative that he has, or sibling, and from his family, Nezuko. And she was the one that was bit by that demon before, or was it bit or just clawed? I don't know. But she turned into a demon, but she didn't completely transform. Like she doesn't have the bloodlust. She's always got that thing inside of her mouth, so that way she doesn't feed. But she's
Gotcha.
got a sense of who she is.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you got Zen. But okay, Tanjiro, he was the one that got trained in the water breathing. So he's got those different styles or different forms they can use with all the like the water blade and stuff like that. Nezuko has actually got some of the like a lot of the powers of the demon deal. Like she can enhance her strength. Uh, I mean, she has that like a fire that I don't know how to put it. Like she can uh, it has like a fire that she can control. Not like a fire, but like a demon fire or like a what am I trying to say? Uh, like a supernatural fire, I guess. But yeah, then you have Zenitsu, and I don't remember exactly what they called it, but he has a way to use like almost like lightning, and he has electricity that he's able to use. He's super fast, and then you have Inosuke, the dude that always wears that boar head. He's always wearing that mask, and he does beast breathing. I mean, dude, he's just out there. I mean, he is he's definitely wild. But anyways, you have these four were told to go meet up with Rengoku, and he's one of the higher ups for the Demon Slayer Corps. And I can't remember the name that it is, but they all meet up at this train, man, because apparently I guess this train's been having issues with people disappearing on it.
Yeah. There's.
But
It's known to have demons in there
yeah,
on the Mugen train.
yeah. So I mean, but there you go. There's that.
Mm-hmm.
So they all meet up. Dude, one thing that I thought was so damn crazy. It's like they almost missed the train, so they're running and they get on. But whenever they actually see Rengoku, and dude, this just made me love the movie even more. Remember, he was sitting there and he would take a bite of his food. Tasty! Take another. Tasty!
Yeah.
It's like, oh my god!
It's like, what's wrong with him?
Yeah.
Is he just there to
But they,
eat?
right? But they kept the little parodies, like where they look really strange and they have the just straight up out of nowhere, just this is gonna make them trip. I want to see what they, dude. Like, what would when I first saw that, I was like, oh hell! It's like they kept the natural flow of the damn series into the movie. It
Yeah.
carried over. It's like, oh hell yes.
Yeah, that's one thing I was gonna say is like in the beginning, just like it kept with the Inosuke, just like it's a beast, it's a beast, and then Zenitsu's like, no, it's a train. Hey, and then Tanjiro is the same way. He's like, what is this? And he's like, and Zenitsu's like, have you guys ever been out of the city? Ever been to a city? He's like, what's wrong with you? Because it's just a regular train, and they think it's like they get down like almost not praying to the train, like oh my gosh, it's a beast, or it's not real, it's an animal. And I was like, this is crazy. This like. And then Inosuke is gonna want to kill the train. I'm like, what? That was crazy. But yeah, like so that's the beginning of it. I thought that was hilarious. How Inosuke is wanting to just go and try and kill the train, stab it, and everything. And yeah, that's trip.
Dude, one other thing that's really trippy about Inosuke is that while they were actually going down the railway,
Mm-hmm.
he would Zenitsu is having to hold him from jumping out the window because he wants to know who's faster.
Yeah.
him or the train. He's wanting to race the train on foot. He was going to jump out that train while it was
Yeah.
moving. I was like, oh hell. So yeah, they had a lot of really good stuff that they brought along from the anime to the movie.
Oh yeah, it
So
did.
I mean,
Yeah, like I said, it's
that
just
made it awesome.
it was a continuing. It was literally as soon as the first season ends, it starts right back up at in the movie in the very beginning of the movie. It's just whoa. I have to say that I give them props on that. Like, the transition of that was done really well. It was
Oh
done
yeah,
really
and then
well.
they didn't take off of the storyline really, but they also
Mm-hmm.
remember how Tanjiro ended up being able to copy his father's dance
Mm-hmm.
at towards the end of the season
Mm-hmm.
and was able to conjure that fire breathing deal. So
Mm-hmm.
not only was he able to do the water breathing, but he had that one deal that he could do and turn it into a fire breathing skill. And it's
Yeah.
like, and even the dude, Rengoku, the guy who's like a master of the flame breathing,
Mm-hmm.
never heard of the dance.
Yeah.
And it just, so
Oh
yeah, it
yeah.
lets you know, yeah, they carried that over onto this also, which was awesome.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And then, dude, just the fighting in this. I mean, but the way they had this demon in here, the Inmu, like the way he was, it was really awesome on the storyline on how
Mm-hmm.
they had it to where how his powers worked.
Yeah.
I mean, it was definitely. I thought he was one of the top. Like I thought he was like a top demon,
Yeah.
and come to find out, he wasn't even a top. He wasn't even one of the head demons.
No. We'll probably get into that later on because they do eventually meet one of the higher ranked demons.
Oh
At
yeah,
the end.
the number
Yeah.
like of the top three.
Yeah. Top three. Yeah. But going back to uh, oh crap, what's this character's the demon's name? Kimetsu, right?
Inmu,
Emu.
uh, Inmu,
Emu.
or ENMU.
Yeah.
Pronounce it how you want.
Yeah. I really liked how they did the character design in this. It's his. I love his eyes. I'm a sucker for eyes. I don't know why. But I liked how, and each, if you notice, each demon has their own set of different eyes, which is crazy looking.
Yeah,
Um,
it's got like a numbering system on them,
yeah,
or
yeah, and I love that. I love how they incorporate that in because, like I said, I'm a sucker for eyes. Even anime for sure. It just I don't know. I love how they just like make those eyes dramatic. The bluish, tealish green, or bluish, I guess I should say, and then
the
like the
bright
hair color.
orange.
Yeah, the
Like
bright.
remember, the bright colors are just awesome on them.
Mm-hmm. Like yeah, it's just and I also like the red tips. I think red tips are pretty cool looking too. But yeah, man, I just like how they just draw up these demons, man. This dude looks pretty cool. Um,
Oh yeah, I mean,
but,
and then he has the power to end up making you go to sleep,
yeah,
and the way he sets it up, just on a train, just nonchalantly, he has the conductor and the other people on there under kind of, I guess you would say under his power. So I
mm-hmm.
guess he was giving them
So
good dreams.
yeah, so how that happened was that he somehow he created a small little cult basically within the train. That was there's three, four, I think four kids, right? Which
Yeah, four
one,
kids.
yeah, four kids, and one had like really bad health issue, and each one had individual issues. And I guess they're wanting to,
Tuberculosis or something like that.
yeah, tuberculosis, yeah, and so each one had their own issues, and they were wanting happy dreams. So that's the reason why the whole premise is like this demon can control people while or put them to sleep, and that's one thing that's kind of scary. It kind of made me think I don't want to sleep during this daggone thing because I'm going to get controlled. But yeah, it's like yeah, it kind of threw me off. But I was like, but the whole thing is he controls them. He doesn't control them. He puts them in these deep dreams where they don't realize they're dreaming. And what triggers that is when the conductor, I think, what's the conductor? The one who come, of course,
The
going
guy that
snapping.
does the
Yeah,
the ticket checks.
yeah, and that's soon as
Yeah,
that's when the spell occurs, right?
yeah, because he ended up writing those tickets out in his own blood for the curse to work.
Yeah, And
But
then as soon as that, they just poof, they drop.
all of them, even the Demon Slayers, all of them, even the top guy, he didn't even realize.
Yep.
But I
Oh yeah.
mean,
And the
and the
thing, go ahead.
well, no, I was gonna say, and the dream that they gave Tanjiro, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, to end up not realizing that you're in a dream and not have any memory. I mean, somehow he didn't even have any memories that he was a demon slayer at
Yeah,
first.
yeah, because it literally went right back to when in like the very beginning of the first season of him and his family, his mom. Of course, it just shows. I don't know if it shows his dad's mom,
But
but yeah, it goes right to show his family where Nezuko wasn't a demon yet, and she was out about and he just gathering stuff, and then showed all his siblings and his mom and all that stuff. Um, yeah, and he had no idea. Like I said, he had no idea he was dreaming.
and that was actually, dude, that would be sad to end up trying to figure that out and then turn
Mm-hmm.
around and start slowly figuring. I was like, no, this isn't real, and it showed the and one thing that like those four kids you were talking about, they all ended up they were all supposed to, I guess, bind themselves to eat one per demon slayer, and they had this rope, I guess it was enchanted or something, tied around their wrist and around each of the different slayers wrists, so they were matched to each other, and they were supposed to go inside their dreams and go search
Mm-hmm.
and go destroy their soul,
Yeah.
go find their soul and go destroy it,
Yeah.
and which none of them succeeded, but
Mm-mm.
one of the characters, the one that was supposed to do Tanjiro, oh man, I wish I could find that boy on here. He was actually a good one to be able to use. But but yeah, that boy ended up going into Tanjiro's and was watching, and he was sad and everything, but he was like, man, I guess I still need to go ahead and do this, and so he cuts open the inside of the dream and get to his soul. And when he
Yeah,
goes in,
yeah, they had to
it's
find the
just
corner of the soul, the edge of the
yeah,
corner, or corner edge. I think they were calling it of the soul, or of the dream.
yeah, of the dream to be able to
Yep.
get to the soul.
Mm-hmm.
But dude, Tanjiro's soul, the way the whole thing looked, his personality, all that clear, crisp, beautiful sky.
Yeah.
I
Almost
mean,
like
like,
heaven, right?
yeah, almost like a total serenity.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what you would call one of those true Zen uh, manifestations, pretty much.
Yeah.
Like that would be pure happiness.
Yeah. I mean, that just shows what type of character Tenjiro is, though. His attribute to a character is that peaceful soul, and he is not corrupted by anything. Basically, he's just a peaceful, um, non-corrupted soul. Basically.
Yeah, and the weird thing was is that his soul was actually so pure that the remember the little parts of his soul that found the boy,
Mm-hmm.
and just because he asked where his actual heart of his soul was, they took him there because he asked to be
Yep.
able to go there.
Yep.
Even though they knew what he was going to do, they still took him.
Mm-hmm. And with that, it changed that boy's view. His whole demeanor changed. He was going to um, just go about and kill end his destroy his soul, but it ended up changing him to not even want to do it
Yeah, it
at
made
all.
him end
Just
up realizing
mhm.
that there's still, I mean, for someone else's soul to change another person's that was that lost
Mhm.
is just, I mean, that's amazing. That's what you call. So yeah, I love how they made Tanjiro out. I mean,
Yeah.
that was awesome.
One thing
But
I thought was hilarious is Zenitsu's dream.
oh
Dude,
my
he
god,
is mad
please.
dogging on his on Tanjiro's sister Nezuko, man. Nezuko. It's crazy. The dude's obsessed with her.
No, that's Zenitsu.
That's
That's
what it says.
Zenitsu, not Inosuke.
Zenitsu.
I thought you said Inosuke.
No,
No.
Zenitsu and Tanjiro's sister Nezuko.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, no, you're good.
But no, but yeah, I know what you're saying, dude. He is obsessed with her. He knows she's a demon, and
Yeah,
he's still, yeah.
yeah.
But the one that got me really hard that dude, I actually laughed out loud whenever I saw this was in Inosuke's dream, where that little girl was in there.
I don't remember that one as much.
Dude, okay, it's a. I mean, okay, so his is pretty much where it's nothing but. But actually, everything's coming to me now about Zenitsu's, but
Mm.
I'll get back to it in a second since I'm in Inosuke now. But all the caves all over the place. And you see him looking crazy, like, I mean, and he's chasing that girl through
Mhm.
his dream.
See, man, I don't
Like
remember that. I don't know why.
oh, dude, I'm gonna have to video clip that with my phone sometime and send it to you.
Yeah.
But, the one with Zenitsu, whenever it shows his other personality, it's almost like he's split personality. The one with the power that does all the breathing,
Mhm.
and then him. And whenever you saw that part of him come up, he's like, "You're not Zenitsu. Where's Zenitsu? Zenitsu's the only one allowed here." And he's got those shears. And the
Gotcha.
way his eyes are like, it's like, oh my God.
Yeah.
He looks psychotic.
Well.
he, he, he kind of is, but I
Yeah.
mean,
That's
but
hilarious.
yeah, oh my gosh. But yeah, they each, and the only reason that the first of all of them to be able to get out of that dream deal was Tanjiro. And that
Mhm.
was because of Nezuko. She ended up waking up and climbed out of that container that he carries around.
Mhm.
And since she can't be in sunlight, and
I'll be honest, man. I forgot she was in this movie until she popped out. To be honest.
oh really?
Yeah, I always forget she was around until she pops out of the box.
I mean, because normally whenever you see her, she's larger,
Mhm.
but whenever she goes into the box, she actually shrinks herself,
Yeah.
which is really crazy. She like compacts herself. She's like a troll doll. Just add water and it
Oh
grows.
god. Chia.
There
Like
you
a chia
go.
pet. Add
Like a
water.
chia pet, straight up. But she ends up seeing what's going on, and remember those flames I was telling you about, the fire that
Yeah.
she has, like the supernatural. She catches his part of the rope on fire after she even headbutts him and everything else from trying to wake him up.
Yeah.
And the only way he ends up coming out of it is he actually took his sword and slit his own throat, killed himself in the dream,
Yeah.
and he woke up.
Yeah. I would
Uh,
have never thought that. Holy crap, man. I mean, think about it. You're in the dream. Like, picture yourself in this dream. Would you ever thought about that? You realize certain aspects throughout the dream, which we can say is like during the dream, he kind of picks up certain like um, keys that kind of come up. Like, wait, this person was there. He starts to trigger memories, triggering like his family's dead. You know, the little
oh
stuff that was
yeah,
thrown off on in their dream. He's starting to realize, and all of a sudden he realizes, and then Nezuko does her fire thing on him. It kind of like triggers more memories, and he's like, and then in the dream he catches on fire. Remember that too?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
and it shows him it's on with his uniform
Hmm.
on and his sword on him, and
Yeah, and
yeah, that was
that's when he starts thinking, oh, this is a dream. This isn't real. But he doesn't want to leave. So
yeah,
he,
that's hard.
yeah, I mean, then think about you're in a dream, you're trying to get out of it, you're trying to wake up, and then all of a sudden, like, how do I get out of here? How do I? Then who thinks about slitting the throat in a dream? That's crazy.
Oh,
That's what caught me. I
and
was like, whoa, that's deep. You know?
yeah, I mean, dude, and the amount of times he actually did it throughout the movie,
Yeah.
dude, that.
Yeah. But well, I think we should get to that
But
like to the
still,
end,
yeah,
probably.
yeah, but I mean, kind of moving on now.
Yeah.
He actually wakes up out of it and realizes what's going on. So he starts going on his own little quest to start finding everything out, and he
Hmm.
finds the demon up on top of the train.
Yeah.
After all the kids woke up, they wanting to stop him from doing anything because they wanted their nice dreams.
Yeah.
But so he just knocks them all out, and he gets on top of the train while it's moving and finds the demon Inmu.
Yeah.
And even Inmu was tripped out, like, "How are you awake?" I mean, that was quick, and blah blah
Hmm.
blah. But they start fighting,
Hmm.
and as Tanjiro was just charging him,
Hmm.
that the demon just turns around and he's got a mouth that he can talk through on the top of his hand,
Hmm.
and he goes, "Go to sleep," and it
Yeah.
like It's almost like a curse. But
Mm-hmm.
it's actually a pretty awesome power to end up having.
Yeah.
But Tanjiro, he gets sucked into the curse, and then he's awake again, going after him. He's like, the demon's like, "Holy shit, what?"
Yeah.
He's like,
Yeah. So what the hell is going on? I put you to sleep. You're come right back. Because he
and he,
thinks. Go ahead. Sorry.
no, do it, go, 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 go.
And he thinks he's
Just,
and he once as Enmu the demon's like doing his whole arm thing, like go to sleep, pew, go to sleep, pew, go to sleep. And he's constantly doing it, and you see Tenjiro just comes back up, comes back up, and the demon's like he's is he deflecting this? Is he not is he immune to his power now? But in reality, what Tenjiro remembered from the first dream how he woke up, he's literally slitting his throat every single time. As soon as he gets her, he goes, shoot, shoot. He just does it in his dream automatically. He knows what's going on, and that's what is crazy to think about. He's literally just slices his throat every time he goes to sleep. Choo, choo. And then, well, yeah, it's just crazy. And we'll get to more. It's really serious whenever he starts doing this, because toward the end, yeah, we'll go into that later on. But dude, it's crazy how think about it. You're going to sleep, oh crap, sleep again. Go back to sleep. I don't know. That literally like destroyed my mind for a little bit. I was like, how on earth do you know which is reality and when you're in your dream? How do you keep up with it? You know what I mean? Holy crap!
yeah,
that's crazy.
Even the demon turned around was like, kind of sheer willpower does this have to commit suicide over and over and over again like that? Like, what kind of person is this?
That's nuts.
So, dude, that's not just nuts, dude. That's like red pill or blue pill. Well, you keep taking the same one over and over and over again, and it's like, how many times are you gonna put yourself through that? But it's like, yeah, dude. But yeah, finally, what's his name? Inosuke ends up waking up, and so does Zenitsu, and
Rengoku.
They're all, yeah, and they're all just trying to, like, okay, well, part of it is Tanjiro, after he was fighting him for a while, he finally sliced the demon's head off.
Yep.
Or at least he thought he did.
Yeah.
And turns around and nothing happened.
Mm-hmm.
And the demon just finally said, while y'all were all asleep, I merged myself into this train. So he is now the train.
Yeah.
That's
pretty tricky.
Kind of mind blow? Yeah. What kind of mind blow is that? It's like, you're the train. What the hell you mean you're the train?
So what the fuck? What? I am the train.
Yeah. But yeah, he turns around, and then you see all those different deals on the inside where he's reaching out with I don't know what you would call, I guess, parts of his body are reaching out to go to the different passengers and everything else.
Yeah, like meat arms, legs, like tentacles, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, and then you see Nezuko, or God, I can't.
Inosuke?
No, the girl.
Okay,
you see her fighting off parts of it and everything else. Zenitsu, he wakes up and his eyes are still closed. That's how he always fought inside Demon Slayer. He was never awake.
Yeah,
it's almost like that other part of him. I swear to God, he is a split personality.
Well, I really hope I kind of hope they go in the second season and we kind of figure out more about Zenitsu. His character literally is more intriguing to me than Inosuke as like a side character. Inosuke, you could pretty much tell he was like raised by boars or animals. You know what I mean? Zenitsu,
he's wild. Yeah.
Yeah, Zenitsu, he wasn't raised. He's almost raised proper, but he's so like scared of everything, and it's like he has his alternate personality deep down in. He has this strength and courage and bravery and super strength that he doesn't realize he has, but it's like the subconscious that turns on. He's asleep, but the subconscious just flips as soon as something happens, I guess.
Wasn't it his grandfather that trained him?
I don't remember.
I don't remember. That was in season 1, but yeah, dude. Yeah. I know what you're talking about because, dude, he's powerful.
Mm-hmm.
He really is.
He only has one form.
Fast. No, he's got more than one.
Well, and I remember you telling me like, but in the thing is like he doesn't go past level 1 in all his other forms. I mean,
Oh yeah,
yeah, that's
but
where.
yeah, but yeah, I mean, he goes off and he saves Nezuko, and Inosuke's up on is helping out uh Tanjiro
Mm-hmm.
on the inside the train, and then you see Rengoku
Yeah, he
finally
wakes up.
awake and moving.
Mm-hmm.
And oh my god, dude! In the first part, whenever it showed him walking, he goes, I can't believe I let this happen. If the others were to find out this happened, I mean, like,
Yeah,
he was mad,
yeah.
but he
Uh,
kept his cool. But
yeah.
he started conjuring up his breathing,
Mm-hmm.
and dude, didn't it look like his whole body just kind of started floating up in the air, and he started tucking in
I thought he was gonna
with
go
his
Super
sword
Saiyan for
out,
a moment, man. I thought he was gonna go Super Saiyan 4. You know what I mean? That's what I thought he was doing. So it's going Super
right?
Saiyan. But yeah, it's like yeah.
Kamehameha, dude. But dude, whenever he did his breath and he struck,
Mm.
dude, remember he started from like almost the very back of the train and then zoomed like lightning fast,
Yeah,
just spinning.
that's where you see
And
his
all
full power almost.
yeah, I mean, and it just shows everything being decimated on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, the demon's still alive and everything, he's still able to regenerate, but so I mean, but he's able to save or go and help Tenjiro,
Mm-hmm.
and he's like, look, I'll take care of these back five cars by myself, and it's like,
Yeah,
holy
so
shit.
I
I
got
mean,
this 5. It's okay. Don't worry about
so,
it.
and then he says Nezuko and Zenitsu are gonna cover the front three,
Mm-hmm.
while him and Inosuke go and find the demon's head
Mm-hmm.
to kill it.
Yep.
So, dude, and then now you got not just them fighting on the inside of the train to hold off and save all the civilians down inside there,
Mm-hmm.
or all the innocents, but now you got those two, and you would think that they would end up sending the stronger one,
Right.
but I guess going story mode, I mean, he's there to help protect all the innocents that he can protect,
Mm-hmm.
which I mean, dude. None of them, they were all having issues with it.
Yeah.
But he's just able to take care of, I mean, five cars on his own.
Yeah.
Dude, that, I mean,
He like had almost infinite like power. Why? Because of his sleep deep breathing. It's called deep breathing, right? What they call it, like
yeah, deep breathing.
deep breathing technique. Yeah, because he's mastered that so much. He has like almost this like infinite power on the smaller things. You know what I mean? They can
Yeah.
slice through so quickly in speed and whatnot. Um, but that's pretty cool. Yeah, because I mean, he at that point you kind of see how powerful he is and how he kind of strategizes everything. Because I like that too. He had a very tactical mind. I thought, and
But
he
see,
portrayed.
but also, I mean, you never saw any of the head people ever fight before. The only
Mm-mm.
time you ever met one, I mean, other than meeting all the top demon slayers towards the
Mm-hmm.
end of the season on season one,
Yeah.
other than that, the only other one you ever saw was in the beginning of the series, the water breather.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he's the one who sent Tanjiro and his sister to his former master
Yeah.
to
They're
teach him water breathing.
yeah.
Yeah,
They're part of the Hashira.
yeah,
The higher ranks demon slayers. They're part of they're called the Hashira. Like Hashira
Hashira.
Flame.
Yeah,
Yeah.
flame, wind. I
Yeah.
mean, everything,
Yeah.
beast, whatever.
Elemental
But
things.
yeah, I
But
mean, but
yeah.
that's the only other time you saw anybody ever do any moves. I mean, it didn't even show his full power. It
Mm-mm.
just showed him do. Well, the only other time it showed full power was uh
Toward the end.
Tanjiro did. There's usually for Tanjiro for the water breathing. There's like 10 forms. He
Mm-hmm.
never knew there was an 11th form until that other guy, the one that was the what'd you call it, Hashido?
Hashira.
Yeah, the Hashira, the water whatever, the
Yeah. Water
water
breathing. Yeah.
technique. Yeah, the guy that actually mastered that sent him to his old master. That's the only time you saw that there was an 11th form.
Yeah.
And it's like, but anyways, yeah. but those are the only times you see any of these higher ranks ever
Mm-hmm.
do anything.
Yep.
I mean,
It's pretty
so
crazy.
just the sheer power. But anyways, yeah. But so you got Inosuke and Tanjiro up on the front of the train
Mm-hmm.
over in the engine area.
Trying to find the
They find
head.
they find the engineer
Mm-hmm.
there. The engineer stabs him
Yeah.
in the gut.
Yep.
And it's like, dude, you douche. Dude,
Yeah.
honestly, that was the first thing that popped in my head. It's like, you're a douche. He's trying to save y'all.
Yep.
But we won't have sweet dreams anymore. Was it sweet dreams or
Happy
I don't
dreams,
remember.
I
Anyway,
think.
yeah, happy dreams.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, okay, they're starting to fight. Just with the being there, with all the power of the regeneration and everything he was doing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they were having a hard time. And then Enmu's powers, all of his. Did you see all those eyeballs just pop up all over the place
Yeah.
whenever he started regenerating?
Yeah. So basically, they found the head, they found the neck, basically the cervical,
Yeah,
and then that's whenever after they the guy stabs him, they found the cervical, whatever it's called. I can't think of what they called it, but it's an actual piece of neck. And then they were trying to stab it, but couldn't break it because it was regenerating too quickly. So they could finally get to go in and break it. And the head train kind of explodes, opens up. That's when you see all those crazy eyes everywhere, and that's when they're trying to put them to sleep.
yeah, and he's
Remember?
doing it. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
he's not. He's got Tanjiro going back to where he's just slicing over and over and over
Mm-hmm.
again until it finally got to the point to where if it wasn't for Inosuke being
Mm-hmm.
there to save his life,
Yeah.
he was like, "Yes, it's a dream, it's a dream," and he had his sword to his neck.
Yeah, and
He was going to actually kill himself,
yeah, and
like
that
for real.
yeah, yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I was gonna say before that it was happening so many times and so quickly at that point in time. The Enmu was actually trying to trick him because he was doing so quick, so quick, so quick, and then he starts to slowly blur reality and the dream. Because at one point in time, like as you said, Inosuke comes in because the Enmu couldn't get a placement over his eyes were because of the mask. So he wasn't
Yeah,
falling asleep at all anymore. He was actually going and destroying the tentacles that coming out every time they would destroy him with it. No tentacle meat tentacle would regenerate, and then he was going in because all of a sudden as Tenjiru's fighting One Piece, and Inosuke finally comes in the picture, but Tenjiru's getting affected by it because he keeps getting flashed by the dreams, the power. So he's going in and out, reality dream, reality dream, reality dream, so quick. Then Inosuke comes and saves him because he finds Tanjiro almost slicing his neck in reality because it was going so quick. He was losing, the blur of reality and dreams were so blurred in between, and that's when Inosuke comes out like, "Hey, hey, don't do it. You're stronger than this." His high pitched voice, at least in the English, dub.
yeah. I mean,
That.
he grabbed his arm and he
Yeah,
pulled it back and slammed him on the ground. And
yeah, it's
dude, that
crazy.
was insane.
Yeah, it was.
But
That's crazy. That's
and
one of
then
my
after
favorite
that,
parts.
yeah, and then you finally got to see Tanjiro do that fire breathing on this part of the movie
Yep.
again.
Mm-hmm.
That one dance deal, whatever it was, because they finally got it to where Inosuke was able to go and he was able to break it back open, showing the neck again.
Yeah.
And Tanjiro does that fire or whatever technique it was for the fire breathing,
Mm-hmm.
and wow, dude! After he hits that neck on the bone and everything, you remember
Mm-hmm.
that how the whole train just looked like it blew up, but it wasn't the actual train blowing up. It was the demon blowing up. I mean, like his whole body was just blowing up throughout the entire thing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, throwing it off track and everything else.
Yeah.
And
And he's
yeah,
like, "I can't believe this happened to me." Have you seen those? That's the trend of all these demons that they think they're all high and mighty and all powerful that they'll never get beat, but they're like, "How can this boy?" And then whatever they beat me. I always find that funny. That's the whole trend on that.
yeah. Well, I mean, and then Inu, I mean, after everything's calmed down and the train's rested and everything else,
Mm-hmm.
everybody's getting found and everything. Well, not everybody, but all the main characters, the demon slayers.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Enmu is blaming not Tanjiro that actually killed him, or Inosuke. He was blaming Rengoku, because it's like if it wasn't for him, he didn't even get to taste any human at all before he even died.
Oh, that's right.
I mean,
Yeah.
he didn't
Yeah,
even
that's
get to
right.
feed.
No, it's yeah. He
So,
was complaining about that.
and he's just slowly just melting away, and it's like,
Yep.
damn, dude,
And
I didn't get to taste human flesh because of this asshole, and now I'm dying.
yeah.
But that was his thing. That was his thing. He was like, man, he was
Mhm.
more pissed off about not being able to eat.
Yeah. I know, right? It's like I'm hungry. It's like
Like,
me crying over
damn.
spilt barbecue on the road. No, I start crying. Tears come down my eyes.
Oh, dude, that's you just made my heart sink a
Yeah,
little bit.
I know,
Screw
right?
you.
I know, right? It's such a
But yeah,
travesty.
okay. So, but it shows. Remember when we were saying that Tanjiro got stabbed?
Hmm.
It looked like a shank, pretty much, is what it was. But he got shanked right in the gut.
Yeah.
Well, Rengoku walks up and is like, "Oh, so you've mastered this kind of breathing. Now do this.
Yeah.
Think deeper." And
Yeah.
he was able to stop that hemorrhaging going on inside of his gut
Yeah. This is
with
another
his
part.
breathing.
Yeah, that's crazy because that's one of my other favorite parts of how great this movie is and how well they do this anime. Because they actually go inside his body and they kind of show him tracking where it's at, where he's hemorrhaging at, and where to stop the bleeding at. And like so you see him go, they go through his body, find it, concentrate breathing, find it. You can do this, Tanjiro. And
Remember, he
Tanjiro's
even
like slightly
taps him on the
dying.
head.
Yeah,
Remember, he takes his finger and then boom, concentrate.
concentrate. Yes, master. Stop it. But yeah,
Dude,
it's
the
like,
crazy and the crazy thing is that actually Rengoku was gonna take Tenjiro
mhm.
under his wing and train him.
Also
He was,
Zenitsu and Inosuke too.
I mean, no, but the main
Yeah.
person he was gonna do was Tenjiro
Hmm.
because of the fact he never heard of that flame deal, but also
Hmm.
he knew that guy had potential. He
Yep.
was gonna take him under his wing and teach him everything.
Yeah. I hope.
And,
Hopefully, I think they'll find in the next season. Tanjiro will be like in the very low ranks of the Hashira. That'd be pretty cool.
dude, actually hope they don't actually do that because the fact I
Really?
want to see him. I really want to actually have it to where they don't go too fast through the storyline.
Hmm.
I want
Gotcha.
them. I want to be able to see how he's progressing and how he builds his power. Like
Gotcha.
one day, what if he what if he turns around and finds out, like, dude, not only can I do this, but I can do this, and I'm a master of both.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, because I want to see the storyline. What's going to happen with Nezuko too?
Yeah.
I mean, because is I mean, so you can't go too fast through it
It's true.
because I mean that dude, that's a major storyline. Is he gonna be able to turn her back human?
Yeah. Oh
Because
man, I just
I think after that happens, after he turns her human, he's not even gonna do demon slaying anymore.
it's true.
The whole reason he even picked up the sword was because she's a demon
Yeah, it's true.
to be able to save her.
Yeah.
But I don't know. But anyways, well now, dude, this
NC
part of the
new scene.
movie, yeah, dude, this part of the movie was epic.
Yeah.
Dude, this fight scene just like there's certain movies on anime and certain shows on anime,
Hmm.
but there are fight scenes that just gives you goosebumps and you're like, "Oh my god."
Yeah.
Like that was clean. That was exciting. Like dude, it's like the perfect fight scene.
Yeah.
And you got to see Rengoku go all straight up full blown out with his powers. I mean,
Yep.
he just straight up just went off. And
Yep.
the main
Sure did.
reason he does is because just like the Demon Slayers have their higher ups,
Yeah.
so does the demons.
Yeah.
Like there's a top 10, the top 10 strongest demons. Well, they get to run into the third, one of the top three demons, Akaza. Holy shit.
Yeah.
This dude, no weapon. His weapons were his fists.
Yep.
And just the sheer power. I mean, and what was it? Destruction spells or whatever it was. Not breathing, but destructive.
Yeah,
Uh,
destructive force, I think, right?
yeah, yeah, something like that.
Yeah. He was the upper
But
rank of the 3 of the 12 Kazukis.
oh yeah, 12. Okay, not
Mm-hmm.
10, 12.
Yep, 12. Yep.
But yeah, dude, I mean, oh my god. And the first thing that Akaza does after he shows up is that he straight up full on frontal attack, and he's not going after Rengoku. His fist got stopped because of Rengoku. But
Mm-hmm.
dude, he was straight up aiming to just demolish in one shot Tanjiro as he's
Yep.
laying on the ground. Like, dude, his fist got stopped right before it touched his head.
Yep.
Like, if he would have touched him,
Maybe
dude,
ow.
not only would there have been that explosion from the force of the impact, but
Mm-hmm.
dude, I think there you would have seen like not only just blood going everywhere, but also I think you would have seen just pure like incineration. Like you wouldn't have been able to see anything
Yep.
salvageable of his head. Like it would have been completely gone.
Mm-hmm.
Just, I mean, pure destruction. I mean, dude, that dude was pure destruction.
Yep.
And whenever him and Rengoku start to fight, and Akaza acknowledges Rengoku, he can actually see him. He can see his fighting force
Mm-hmm.
emanating off of him. Did I say that word right? Emanating,
Yeah, I think so.
emitting,
Maybe.
emitting off of him.
Maybe.
But
I'm tired. I don't
I mean, dude,
know.
he knows that he was forged into a warrior. Like he saw his strength, and he was even telling Rengoku, "Was like, look, be a demon. Let us fight over and over. Let us spar like this forever and become stronger." And but he's like, "No, I don't like you." And it just and the fight just starts, and then the other two show up, and they're watching this fight go on, and you even see Inosuke looking like
You can't keep up with
no,
them.
he's like, because all you see is just these
Ding, ding, ding.
flashes.
Yep.
Yes, and it's like, holy shit! And
Yeah.
the cool thing was is that Akaza was such a higher level demon that every time he was getting his arms either cut off or split in half, instant regeneration. I
Yeah.
mean, it's like,
Unstoppable.
yeah, it's like, how do you kill him?
Right?
I mean, not only was he so powerful that, I mean, he could he could regenerate that quick, but I mean, for him to be able to fight just bare-fisted and be
Mm-hmm.
able to take on every single blow that Rengoku did with his sword, and dude, I'm sorry, okay, those swords that they have for all the demon slayers, those special made ones, all the different colors and everything that they have for them, dude, Rengoku's is just immaculate.
Mm-hmm.
That red sword and the hilt is a flame,
Mm-hmm.
and so it's gorgeous.
Oh yeah, it's very cool. I like how they stylized his character. Very much fitting of his element that he portrays. I guess right, the Hishira.
Yeah, I mean, and the way he carries himself, and
Mm-hmm.
it just he knows he's strong.
Yeah, and we
And I
also
mean,
get
that's what.
sorry.
No, go ahead, dude.
Yeah, we also got more of a back uh, history of him
Background.
too. Background, yeah.
Yeah,
Of what, how, why you get more emotional attached to him. So I think that's the reason why it's like we're so enamored by how he fights, how what he fights for, how quick he is, how he got his power, how he portrays himself to be, how he in the manner of how he wants people to think of him. It's like it's crazy, and you just the whole fighting is what adds on to it too. So that's the reason why I think like we're so like emotionally attached to how quick he is, how powerful he is because of his background, of how his father didn't uh, because his father was a Hishira, can't talk, Hishira, one of the Hishiras, and I guess he got kicked. I don't know if he got kicked out or whatever. He got hurt, I think, and then his father just didn't believe in his sons anymore. So then you kind of see how his father kind of like, that doesn't mean anything because he because what's his name, Rengoku goes in and tells his father, "Hey, he's a Hishira now, and his father doesn't care." Then you kind of, and with that point, you feel more attached to his character emotionally. And then when this fight occurs between him and Akaza, that's when it's like, oh my gosh, what's going to happen? Is he going to fight him? Is he going to win? We don't know what's going to happen to this character. I think that's the reason why I'm like so crazy part of it
Yeah,
too.
but see, the main part of the deal that I remember really, really vividly with him is that it showed him with his mother while she was laying back in that. I mean, it's not exactly a bed. I mean, they all slept on those mats
Mm-hmm.
and stuff. I mean, but he's there kneeling right there next to his mother.
Mm-hmm.
And his mother's talking to him like, look, the strong protect the weak. That's
Mm-hmm.
what they're meant to do.
Yeah.
You're supposed to protect them and guard them and just fight for them.
Yep.
And it shows his little brother laying down on the mat asleep. And even then, when it showed him as a little kid, it showed his like the way he talked, the way he spoke. Like
Mm-hmm.
it was even portrayed whenever he was a child. So I just like, okay, well, he was like that when he was a kid too.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yep.
after he ends up whenever his mother reaches out for him and he starts sliding forward on his knees and she grabs him and hugs him and you saw the look on his eyes, you saw the emotional tie that was there, and I think that's also what brought about on why you had more of an attachment to him during this.
Yep.
It's because like,
His character,
yeah, I mean it just
stature of everything we've been through.
and it just I mean just to show the love that was there and why
Mm-hmm.
he was the way he was because of his mother.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, oh wow, that's just epic. I mean,
Yeah.
to me, I would say epic. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
that's an emotional setup right there for anybody watching it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And you just see them going after each other, and you see him during the fighting. I mean, the demon Akaza keeps on trying to tell us, like, look, become a demon. There's only one way anybody is leaving out of this,
Yeah.
and that's someone's gonna die. I
Yeah.
mean, or you're going to become a demon, one of the two.
Mm-hmm.
And he keeps pushing him. Was like, look, this strength would be a waste if you didn't become a demon and become stronger. You could
Yeah.
sharpen these skills to the point of, I mean, dude, if it turned into a story to where Rengoku actually got bit or whatever it was, and he started
Mm-hmm.
getting infected,
Yeah.
if he didn't have the time to be able to actually either kill himself, which I believe he would kill himself before he'd let himself turn into a demon.
Yeah.
But if they switched the story up from what they did
Mm-hmm.
to where he became a demon, dude, he would be a hell of a presence to
Yeah.
try to. I
Yeah.
mean, that would have been bad, 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 bad.
But but would but if he did turn, my thought would be another road they could take is if he'd become another like Nezuko. You know what I mean? Would he still
Yeah,
be good or bad? Would he be teeter tottering with the demon blood in him between good and evil? They could take that even further. But I think we'll get to the next part here soon. But I mean,
but
it
yeah,
could
I mean,
turn either way.
yeah, I mean, but dude, just I don't know. I don't think they would do that with him because the way they end up putting all that emotional tie into it,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they would have done that because that would have been that right there, if they would have done that, that would have turned around and made me just go, no. Okay, that just made me mad. Y'all done screwed up. It's like I
Let's
just
script the
bought a
story.
movie. I just bought a movie that I love three-quarters of the way, and now it's like, it's like no. But they didn't do that. Thank God they didn't do that. They went the way they did.
Yeah.
But
Oh yeah.
but yeah, I mean, they're going after each other in this. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, just and it finally gets to the point to where it's like the final blows fixing to happen,
Yeah.
and Rengoku finally shows what was it, the ninth or 10th form, whenever he did the lion, the fire breathing for the lion
Oh
that he struck
jeez.
with the flames.
I want to say 10th. I'm not. I mean, to me, it's just the trend that they go with. I think it's 10,
Yeah,
maybe. Could be 11th.
I
Could
don't
be 11th. I don't know.
No, it wasn't an 11th.
It was 10.
It was like a 9 or a 10,
Gotcha.
form 9 or form 10.
Gotcha.
But but yeah, dude. I mean, did that, and it shows the demon, and they're going full force onto each other,
Mm-hmm.
and it finally gets to the point they're fighting so hard to where all you see now is them in the center of each other, and Rengoku does all these different forms right inside this, and then all you see are these flames just circling all over the place, and then that massive explosion. Well, they're all looking like, did he win? Did he win? And the one thing I, honest to God, did not expect to end up seeing was that demon's fist through Rengoku's gut.
Yep.
I mean, and it
Yep.
wasn't just that. I mean, the demon was figuring, okay, well, this was a bust, pretty
Yeah.
much. I mean, this is your. I mean, the reason he did is like, this is your last chance.
Mm-hmm.
Become a demon. Save
Yep.
yourself.
Yep.
And he still didn't do it. He ended up turning around and he took the last of his fierceness and he tightened his gut
Mm-hmm.
around Akaza's arm,
Yep.
and then also grabbed a hold of his other arm and was holding on to it and wouldn't let him go, and then took his sword and slashed it into his neck.
Yep.
Like, I thought they were going to end up showing him killing him and then him dying.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, it showed them sitting there fighting, and the sun is slowly coming up.
Mm-hmm.
And Akaza's like, I have to find protection. I have to
Mm-hmm.
get out of here.
Yep.
I have to get into the dark.
Yep.
And so he doesn't burn.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, dude, I mean, the sheer power. Dude, can you imagine having someone's fist and arm in your gut? And you've got it's so much willpower and strength that
Yep.
you're holding on to that person's arm
Yep.
and not letting it go. Like Akaza was struggling
Yep.
to try to get it out, and that sword was just getting deeper and deeper into his neck.
Yep.
Like, I know it got up to the point where it was like right here over by the jugular area,
Yeah.
and then finally it shows Tanjiro, even though he was told not to move,
Mm-hmm.
he was gonna break his wound back open. But also Inosuke, they're both finally going to go and attack him. It's like,
Yep.
look, we have to go help him finish this.
Yep.
Well, neither one of them got to get to him. And you saw Kaza literally take all of his strength, and he ripped both of his own arms off to get freed. And he's scrambling to get into the forest line, which, I mean, where the train wrecked at and everything, there's forest line over in that entire area.
Mm-hmm.
So he's bolting, getting out of there, and he's like, "Oh my!" I mean, he's like, "Holy shit! I didn't expect this to happen." And blah blah blah. It's like, what a loss and everything else. And then you see Tanjiro running up, and dude, he's already lost a sword once. It broke, it shattered. So this is his second sword, that black sword of his,
Mm-hmm.
and he does that fire breathing technique again. Takes his sword, and then just boom, like a spear
Yep.
going right through the force, and it just nails Akaza right through the back, right through his chest.
Mm-hmm.
I was expecting something maybe to happen to where, like, maybe since he used that technique, maybe the technique had like a following to be able to go with the sword, and maybe it would show him maybe killing him or blowing him up or something, or frying him from the inside out. That's what I was expecting to see.
Yeah, me
But no,
too. Yep.
but he got away. He ran away with his sword in his back.
Yeah.
Dude, dude, that's his second sword he lost.
I know. It makes me wonder what they're gonna say about his third sword.
Yeah, it's like, so I mean, but that makes me wonder. That was, I mean, because each sword, when it's forged, whenever the owner grabs a hold of it, it will change to a color that it's supposed to be. That was his second sword, and it was black, and it's black. And there's that. Remember that little saying that they end up saying, someone with a black sword never lives for long. They don't ever end up knowing what they want to master,
Yeah.
and they always do different forms and stuff. That's why I'm thinking that he's going to end up being the one that maybe he masters both the water breathing and that fire breathing, or
That'd be
maybe
interesting.
maybe that fire breathing skill that he has is a higher level of what uh, Rengoku was taught on their line. Maybe it's a lost form.
Oh, maybe because I mean it's a perfect coupling because fire and water. And water puts out fire, and fire can dry up water. It's to
Yeah,
me it's a perfect combination.
I mean, yeah, dude. I mean, but yeah, I mean, but just still, it
Mm-hmm.
just so not only did Akaza get away, but there's Rangiku, and he's talking to Tanjiro, and he's talking. Everybody else can hear him, and he's like, "Look, master your skills. Don't give up." I
Mm-hmm.
mean, he even told him, "It's like go to my family housing, go to my family's place, go search for that dance. Maybe there's something in there. You can learn more about what your father was." Because he learned that dance was what his father did.
Mm-hmm. I wonder if his father was a Hishira and he didn't
See,
tell
I don't
nobody.
maybe. I mean, but he never. But he did that dance with around that circle of fire on the inside of it with all those posts that were
Yeah.
on lit on fire all the way around.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that. But anyways, but yeah, see, he's talking to us like, look, don't give up, keep going.
Mm-hmm.
And dude, Tanjiro is losing it. I mean, he's losing it. And dude, that made me want to cry.
Yeah.
I
No.
actually teared up a
Oh
little bit, and
man.
it was like I felt it. I was like, oh
Oh god.
god, what?
Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking because when I went to the movie, I heard or read something like it's a very at the very end someone dies and it's very sad. I'm thinking, oh no, don't tell me Nezuko's gonna die. And that's what I
Oh,
was
I
thinking.
know.
That's what I was in the thought about. I was, oh no, they're telling me they're gonna kill off Nezuko before he's able to try and free her or bring her back to her normal self. It ended up being
Right.
Rengoku. It's like, oh gosh.
And see, the weird thing is they did such an awesome job in the movie.
Hmm.
To where, I mean, yeah, you got to meet him before inside the season,
Hmm.
inside the first season, but you didn't know who he was really.
Yeah.
You just knew he was one of the higher ups along with all those others.
Yep.
That was all you knew.
Yep.
And just that short a bit of time in the movie that you got to see his character, dude, he was one of my favorite characters.
Yeah. It was pretty good.
And it's like, dude, they did such an awesome job with bringing him on that it was like, dude, I wish he could have stayed.
Yeah.
I mean, because he did die, unfortunately. But
Hmm.
before he actually died, it showed his mother there in front of him, and he died with a smile on his face
Yeah.
because he was like, in his head, he was like, "Mother, did I end up doing good?
Yeah.
Did I do what you asked me to do?" And the last thing you see before he dies, and is like, "I'm proud of you, my son," and you saw that smile on his face, and it's
Yeah.
like, oh, and dude, like right now, that little sensation you can get whenever something like that happens, and you get that little chill sensation that's like emotion.
Yeah.
Like dude, after I just thought about that, I just got it. It went right. I was like, oh,
Oh.
it was like man,
Yeah.
because dude, that just, and then he didn't fall over and die or anything. His eyes just closed and his head went down, and he was just kneeling there the
Yep.
entire time.
Yeah. Almost
And it
peaceful.
just, yeah, I mean, it just wow.
Yep.
And then it shows a little bit of that craziness like they do in the series whenever they make it a little over exaggerated on it. But it
Hmm.
shows Inosuke he's starting to lose his mind. So he's dragging Tanjiro around, and then he's sitting down next to him and just beating on him on his back.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
but then what got to me is that they remember how they communicate with the crows,
Oh yeah.
with the ravens or whatever it is.
Yeah. Everybody
It
found
shows
out.
that raven taking off, and it's got a tear in its eye,
Hmm.
and all the other ravens or crows, whatever there, are going to the rest of all the higher ups,
Yep.
and it's like you see all of them reacting in different ways. And
Yep.
the last one that it showed on the, you said Hashiro, is that what they're called?
Hashira.
Yeah, the Hashira.
Hmm.
Uh, it shows the one that found Tonjiro and ended up not killing Nezuko
Hmm.
because of the fact of how Tanjiro handled himself without being trained.
Yep.
But it shows him and the last part of it, and it's like, oh, they're gonna bring his character back in kind of strong, I think.
Yeah, I think so
So I
too.
mean,
The second season's gonna
but
be pretty good.
But yeah, dude, it just
It was great. It was a good movie. It definitely surprised me, for sure, how good it
yeah, I
was.
remember you calling me up asking me if it was worth the buy and stuff. I was like,
Yeah,
dude, yeah. He's
yeah,
like, yeah, I believe it was.
yeah. There's
So
also asked another buddy too. Is like because he was in the middle of watching it, and he was telling me about it too. It's like, man, that's why I was like, you and him, like, I'm gonna have to end up buying it because I really liked the first season. So yeah, it was
yeah, I actually like Demon Slayer enough to where not only, I mean, I know it's free to watch on, well, not free, you pay for the services, but
yeah.
you can see it on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
But dude, it Demon Slayer is actually one of those animes to where I would actually be willing to go and buy the first season just to own it,
Yeah.
just because. I mean, it's that good.
Yeah, it almost got me a little bit. Maybe I don't know. I still like paying for the service and I had to pay for it because I don't have no room for it. So I mean, I like just paying for my service.
I mean, we got different tastes on our collection stuff and
Yeah,
everything else. So, I mean, my collection stuff is like my hat. Hey,
yeah, yeah,
that's Bakugo from My Hero Academia. I
yeah,
mean, dude, he's a total badass. He really is.
yeah. It's pretty cool.
But
But
I
all
mean,
right. So
it just
with the end of this, what rating would you give this movie? How
okay.
many
Well,
GCs?
dude, dude. Okay, I don't even remember how high our rating goes. Are we?
Five.
Are we
We do like
five?
1.5, 0.5, 3.5.
Dude, honestly, I would give this like a 4.9. Honestly, I want to give it a 5,
You go five.
honestly.
Gotcha. I agree.
Dude, I
I
mean,
I would say 4.5 to be honest. But yeah, it's right
screw
up there. It's good.
screw you on your little Richter scale.
Honestly, I probably would say 4. To be honest, I know I keep going down. It's really good, but it had its flaws. And it was good, but I don't think it was a perfect 5 for me though.
Oh, dude, I think it was a perfect 5 for me. I mean, in my personality, they hit everything. They hit a storyline. They
Mm-hmm.
didn't go off of the storyline. They didn't go like some of these other anime movies do, to where it's like it's something totally opposite with all the same characters, but something completely different than what the storyline was.
See, I think you have more of a different reference. I don't watch many anime movies, and I don't, other than maybe Dragon Ball Gods, maybe like Dragon Ball Super. The first movie where it introduced the that one god Baru or something like that. See,
Oh,
that's only one anime movie I've seen, to be honest, like
you
that.
talking about the God of Destruction?
Yeah, yeah. That's other than that, I can't think of a actual anime movie that
You
I've
talking about
seen.
Are you talking about
Beerus.
Lord Beerus?
Yeah, Beerus,
Yeah,
yeah.
Lord Beerus.
Yeah. But other than that, I mean, even then, that one, it wasn't, to me, it was like a 3.5. It was good, but it was okay.
See, I didn't
Um,
see the movie for that, but
yeah.
I did watch the entire thing for
Mhm.
the Tournament of Power. Wow, there it goes. Wow, that's the
Yeah.
first time it's done it this whole thing. But
But,
dude, I watched the entire thing from beginning to end on Super.
mhm.
Dude, that was a lot of episodes. Even my little girl watched it with me. She was like, she just made me promise I wouldn't watch it without her. So we watched the entire Super season together.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I mean,
Mm.
but one of the movies that came off of that was whenever they brought Broly back. I mean,
Yeah.
dude, there's like three different movies. I mean, three different stories
Mhm.
about Broly.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's still the same idea for it, but it's three different settings for it, I guess.
Yeah.
So I mean, some of those movies just don't match up to the storyline.
Yeah.
I mean, Broly kind of did. It was good, but it kind of threw me off a little bit.
Gotcha.
But with this one, or it's kind of like Sword Art Online. Sword Art Online's got different ways it portrays itself.
Yeah.
I mean, all the way to Alicization, but then they have the movie or one of the movies, and dude, it showed a different. What was it called? Ordinal Scale is the name of the movie,
Gotcha. Well, maybe we can
and
watch that, something like that in the future, too.
I mean, yeah, dude. The only thing is though is if you don't watch the first sets of seasons
Mm-hmm.
before you watch Ordinal Scale, you won't
Mm-hmm.
know what's going on.
Oh, gotcha. Makes sense.
So, and then after ordinal scales, whenever they do allocation or I don't know if I'm saying that one right, but it's another season.
Hmm.
It all goes into each other. It just kind of throws itself off a little bit.
Gotcha.
But I mean, that's another good one. I mean,
Yeah.
I've watched enough anime movies to where that were based off a series, and there's sometimes they just screw it up. And it's like,
Gotcha.
eh,
Yeah. It is what it is, right?
yeah, pretty much. But
Yeah. All
like
right.
My Hero Academia, I mean, dude, the last movie that they made, Heroes Rising,
Mm.
that went off the storyline, and it was awesome.
Mm.
So, yeah, sorry, I know I'm going on about all
It's
these
okay.
different ones,
It's all
but
good.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like I said, I thought the movie was pretty good. So yeah, that's pretty cool.
So, Demon Slayer, dude, I'm not even gonna try to do that middle part. Mugen Train.
Yep. Kimetsu, I think it's Kimetsu no Yaba movie. I don't know. I'm not. Mugen, yeah. Like you said. All
But
right, yeah.
definitely, if you haven't ever really watched the series, it's still a good movie to watch. It
Mm-hmm.
really is. I mean, if you watch the series and then watch the movie, you're gonna have a lot more of what understanding it is. But dude, I definitely give it a thumbs up. And to
Yeah.
any of y'all that want a good one to watch,
Yep.
I definitely suggest this one. It's awesome.
Yep.
And even the series, I suggest the series too.
Yeah. I definitely say watch season one, then watch this movie. Yeah. Most definitely. All right, man. Ready to cut it off here?
Yeah, well, y'all have an awesome, spectacular, just all around awesome night or day, whatever it is in your time zone, whenever you're watching this. But thank you for joining us and love y'all. Game on, geeksters.
See you guys. Bye.